Hey guys, it's been a while, but we are back with some more Diablo 4 content, and today I will try to give you a quick overview over the meta builds for the rogue class in the next season, and we can also make a little discussion if it's actually worth playing the rogue class in this season. Because I'm honest guys, I also thought of starting with the Spiritborn class this time, but in the end I kind of decided to start with rogue as usual, just because there are one or two builds that I really enjoy and really like, and want to try them out as fast as possible. So let's just first start with the tier list. So this one here, the first one is from Sanctum, from Mobalytics, and he has put like 4 rogue builds here in this tier list. So we have S tier with Twisting Blades Azarath and Penetrating Shot Azarath. So first thing, Azarath is a unique item that is has kind of its comeback in this season for rogue class. The reason is that a bunch of stuff got nerfed quite heavily in this season, and Azarath was buffed, I think, last season. It got a pretty huge amount of flat damage on it, so it's like a unique sword. I can also show it here in the planner. It's a unique weapon, unique sword, and it has a bunch of flat cold damage on it, and we can utilize this with the rogue class. We just need a bunch of lucky chance procs, and then we can just deal quite heavy amount of flat damage this way. So for that reason we have Azarath kind of carrying most rogue builds in this season. And then we still have Deathtrap and Shadowstep. So Shadowstep is kind of new also, but Deathtrap was like the best rogue build last season. If you have missed it, then here now you know it. So Deathtrap was really cracked, but now it also got heavily nerfed, and it's at its best, it's also an A tier. I can also confirm that. So yeah, this is basically what we have on Mobalytics, and then we can also take a look on the max troll tier list here quickly. So here they also put Penetrating Shot and something like Twisting Blades, Deathtrap, Rain of Arrowstroke into A tier. So Sanctum here is a little bit more optimistic, it seems, with the S tier builds here. But overall, I also think it's somewhere between A and S tier. Maybe more A tier in my opinion. So Penetrating Shot, by the way. So we have Azarath, as I mentioned, carrying the entire class kind of for the season for many builds. And Penetrating Shot also might have a big comeback, and I think this is a very exciting build to play. You can't expect too much power out of it. It's not a S plus cracked tier build as Deathtrap last season or whatever, but it's a really fun ranged playstyle rogue build. And I think with the overworked unique, so we have Eaglehorn, which is kind of useful in this season. It's the first time we can actually use this Penetrating Shot unique. And also with Azarath, as I just mentioned. It also has a lot of potential to become a very fun and powerful build for the rogue class. So yeah, this is just for the quick update about tier lists here. So one build that is missing here on actually both sides is my beloved #1 rogue starter build, which is the Alchemist Dance of Knives rogue. So my Alchemist Dancer, this is like my personal variant I have figured out a few seasons ago. And it's just the most fun and powerful leveling build, in my opinion, in the entire game. Maybe besides Evade Spiritborn or something like that. But for sure, for the rogue class, it's the best leveling build. And the fun thing here is that it's actually also already kind of makes the same thing as this new Azarath technology that I just mentioned a few minutes before. So because in this variant we also do not damage with our skill, so we don't do damage with Dance of Knives directly, but instead we just use the skill in order to get as many lucky chance procs as possible. And then with this lucky chance procs we can trigger and proc our flat damage effects such as Azarath, but also we have like this elemental surge tempers on our weapons, so we can get all kind of elemental damage as flat damage on our weapons with tempering, and this way we deal most of the damage here, as you can see. And yeah, this build, I expect actually this build becomes even more powerful, just because we can now include the buggy variant of Azarath. It has some bugs with attack speed scaling, so the damage goes even higher if you are familiar with this bug and how to use it. So I expect the power level of Dance of Knives rogue with this Alchemist variant here to increase in the season. And yeah, so for that reason I'm kind of happy about this build, and that it can just stay as powerful as it was and even become more powerful. So as usual, this is my recommendation for the leveling and mid-game build for Rogue. So also, if you want to switch to another Rogue variant later on, I can still recommend to start with this build for sure. And here I will also update the planner by the end of the day, so you guys can just have a smooth season start here. So this is still from season 8, but actually there's not too much stuff that I will change here. I already have the Azerwave unique here implemented. So yeah, I will update this build by the end of the day, so you can check it out. Now we can continue with Deathtrap, just to give you a quick overview. So for everyone who missed this build in the last season, or who did not play in the last season at all, Deathtrap was by far the most cracked and most powerful broken rogue build last season, and also one of the best builds overall. And this one got heavily nerfed in this season, so we have multiple nerfs, we have less damage in general, some uniques got nerfed, key passives got nerfed, and also the entire power mechanic, which also carried this build quite heavily, got completely cancelled from the game right now, so it makes no sense at all to use overpower right now. And for all of these reasons, Deathtrap Rogue is no longer this broken build, but as I mentioned, I also expect this to be somewhere in the A tier range, so it's still one of the best rogue builds out there, and you can still play it if you really like this archetype, this playstyle, but just don't expect to be as powerful or nearly as powerful as last season. This is just not realistic for this season, but still a fun build if you still want to play Deathtrap. But speaking about the trap builds, we also have another trap archetype. This here, so I have the gameplay here from Matthias the Gamer. Shoutouts to you, man, as usual. So here we have this poison trap rogue. And I also have already experimented a bit with the planners and made some theory crafting on it. There are actually many variants that you can play in Season 9, and I still don't know which one is the best one. But I have some ideas, and I think odds are pretty high that I will try to experiment with some poison trap builds in the season. And maybe I can cook something up and share it with you when I have something exciting to share. So yeah, just for everyone who likes trap builds and maybe got bored from Deathtrap from last season, you can now switch to the poison trap variant and also have some fun with it if this is your archetype. So I would say poison trap and penetrating shot, which I don't have gameplay right now, but penetrating shot is by far the most exciting build, I think, for most players, because ranged rogue became quite rare in the last seasons, but now we can again play penetrating shot. But I want to focus on something else instead. So as you also saw, we have Shadowstep here in the tier list, and Shadowstep is kind of also a build that I have started theory crafting on quite early, so I think season 6 or 7, so 2 or 3 seasons ago. And here I can show you some gameplay. So this is from the Witchcraft season. I can't remember which one. I think this was season 7, yes. Not last one, but one before, so season 7. And this is gameplay from season 7, but the concept is kind of the same. So you can see we are very fast here. We are even faster as with Dance of Knives. We can just zoom through the map. We just shadow step from group to group, and everything is one shot here. So back then, so by the way, this is a build I never shared or something. I just did it for my own and just recorded some footage here, but I never published this guide or something. But I think this season it will also be the time to shine for Shadowstep Rogue, because also this build is a build I expect to become more powerful with this new Azerwave technology. And this one here was a slightly different variant, or actually a major different variant. So this was based off Shadowstep damage, as I remember correctly. So I think most of the damage comes from Shadow Imbuement, so from the explosions of Shadow Imbuement. So yeah, some crazy stuff here. But yeah, it looks really fun, and I think this will also be a very powerful speedrunner build in the next season. So I will also try to get this one up as fast as possible. So yeah, I still actually can't decide what I want to play first. I think I will start with Dance of Knives, of course. I will try to get as far as possible with Dance of Knives first. And then I will probably switch to Penetrating Shot. And then either Poison Trap or Shadowstep Rogue. with also Lucky Chance procs, and maybe even Shadow Imbuement again. So one problem of this build is boss damage. Maybe we can see it here. Should be not too great, but maybe it's okay. So yeah, I think it's okay. It's not too great, but whatever. But anyways, I think this is also a very fun build that I'm actually excited to try out in the next season. So yeah, guys, this was the updated meta builds for Rogue. So I can recommend playing Rogue. You can't expect it to be very broken, just as last season. It's not realistic that Rogue will have a very busted S+ tier build in the season. But if you're fine with playing something in between A and S tier, so just a solid build that can push for Pit 100, do all the glyphs, and maybe then speedrun some Pit 80s, 85s, something like that. We still don't know exactly how much they changed this pit system. It should become more easy now, so they will adjust the scaling of the higher pits. So if you're fine with that, if you're fine with playing some fun A to S tier builds, then Rogue should be very fun for you this season, I think. Penetrating Shot, Poison Trap, Shadowstep, Rogue, Dance of Knives Rogue, all of these builds are kind of viable. And yeah, so I hope this one helped you. I hope you got a better idea of the season, of the meta builds for Season 9. Yeah, leave me a like if you want, subscribe to this channel. I'm very close to reaching 10,000 subscribers actually, so this is one of my goals for this season at least, to reach the 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more Rogue content in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I see you in the next one. I will make some guides for Season 9, and yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye.